Have you been watching the Olympics?
No, I wish I was, but I've been seeing a couple clips here and there.
I know it's always funny because every year it happens, I always feel like FOMO, you know, and I'm like, in the next 4 years or however long in between it happens, I'm like, I'm just gonna get super into sports, so then when the Olympics come, I'll be into it,
And I'll be ready.
and I'm never ready.
Well, to be honest, I did really want to watch it, but I don't understand the Olympics. Is it like a weekly, daily?
I think it's weekly, and I think it's by sport. We're like completely wrong. It's not even sports. It's like it's like when you know
when you throw a frisbee
when
or
you
something?
get like a metal ball, you spin and you chuck it.
I did see the queen with the pistol. Did you see that picture?
Oh yeah, I did.
Dude, she looks so
looks
slay.
so good. I saw a lot of clips. ¿Cómo se llama? It's like a bunch of people that are in the Olympics that are posting on TikTok how like being in the Olympic hotels are. And there's one specific guy who really likes the chocolate muffins they give at the Olympics. So every one of his posts is him eating chocolate muffins.
Oh my God, I love that. That would be me.
But
That's the highlight, the muffins.
that's all I want to do. It's funny because you have to work out really hard to be in the Olympics, but he's like, it's for those chocolate muffins. He's amazing. I'll show him to you later. But the reason I bring up the Olympics
why?
is because there's that video going around. I think it's a runner. He looks like he's a runner.
I can't tell you.
So basically, it's this man, and who's ever editing, put it right there.
Right there.
It looks like he got winded, and
He looks kind of injured a little bit. Because I had seen this video, and he looks injured because through it, his expression is like of pain. And I think that's his...
I think it's his coach.
Oh, I just assumed it was a physical therapist.
It might be, but I know that he's kind of like squeezing his stomach and his chest.
Like the rib cage area.
To me, it feels like it's like, you know, when you have to massage in order to stimulate like movement in the body, as if I know anything. But, you know how you do.
You know sports.
So people have been posting that and writing, draw your ship. Oh my gosh. Imagine if it were this character. Imagine if it was this.
I saw that too.
And so then this specific one, someone wrote, what if I say fujoshis, which is people who are into like BL manga, are as porn brain rotted as the incels they despise?
Oh shit. Damn, that hurt.
But I think that can be for anything. I think people, this kind of goes to like when people see real life things and then they try to connect it to like their hyperfixation, their fandom, the movie they like, the TV show they like, the book, the cartoon, anything. It kind of, there's a point where you're going too far.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
And I think the part that sucks is that you can tell that he looks like he's in pain. So when I did not see that caption or that retweet, but when I saw it, I saw people were saying like, oh, this is the cutest. What did it say? Like, draw your ship. Yeah, or this is like the cutest inspiration, whatever. And then I did see people reacting to it and saying, that is so fucking weird. This guy is literally in pain and you're sexualizing this moment.
Yeah.
I feel like I kind of agree with what you retweeted, but
I didn't retweet it.
well, whatever. The post that you showed me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like, isn't there that one rule in the internet or like everything has porn associated to it?
Rule 34.
I don't remember. I don't remember which rule it is.
Watch me be right. And I'll be like, I don't.
Wait, I can explain.
No, I think it is. It's like that rule where, yeah, everything has a porn connection to it. That's, I don't know. It just really sucks because they said porn brain rotted. And I just think about that time we read that post that was like people who like reading smut or spice just like are porn addicts.
I think that post was targeting the readers who only want to read smut books. Like that's all you want to seek out. I still think that it's none of your business what somebody wants to read.
Yeah.
And it's not like, even if you were just reading plain eroticas, so
yeah, it is really up to the person as long as they're not hurting anyone. I just feel like it gets weird. Just connecting it back to this, it just gets weird when you connect it to real life.
Yeah.
Like you have to realize that like I don't know. He's like an actual man in the Olympics.
It's the same exact situation of people sexualizing hockey players.
Yeah.
Literally the same thing. And you're overstepping a boundary because it's like Cheli said, it's a real person, and it's weird.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird too because our years that we had because of COVID and everything after that just kind of became like you live vicariously through the videos you watch. And I don't know, it's just everything now has become a POV and people just want to live it. And it's like, I don't know, it's weird, but at the same time you can also argue that when you're out there, I don't think anyone should bother you like they did the hockey players, but you have to realize too, if you're out there and you're kind of like famous or you're being on like in the media, things can happen that are out of your control.
Sometimes I think about how we would feel. I mean,
I didn't even think about that.
Do you know what? No, but like, I guess what I'm trying to say is when you're a celebrity, or who's a really big celebrity right now?
Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay, let's go with Sabrina. She's a good example because she's definitely of that like Barbie, Polly Pocket kind of vibe, right? Do you think that it's insulting if they're overly sexualized, or do you think that they would find it insulting if they weren't at all like sexualized?
I think either way is not good. You know, but at the end of the day, it sucks, but that's kind of the culture we've cultivated around media, that, you know, you're supposed to be viewed a certain way and you're held to a certain standard. And it sucks because then when you commit a mistake, it suddenly becomes like blown out of proportion, or you're expected to have certain views, and if you don't have those views, then you don't fit the perception people have of you, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. It would be weird.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. But I don't know. This is such a big discussion. I feel like either way, there's no right answer, honestly. I think it honestly depends on the person who they're, I guess, talking about. If this person were to come out and say, hey, I have a problem with this, then that's when, okay, then it is a problem that you said that you think.
It's true.
That you're overly sexualizing this person. But if you were to come out and say, oh, it's chill, then there's no problem.
But how do you feel about people saying that fujoshis and people who like spice are porn brain rotted?
What's a fujoshi again?
It's just people who really like manga that is BL. Yeah, I think that's the only thing it means. I think.
I don't agree with it. I mean, because like you said, I think about people who seek out only smut books.
Yeah.
I don't think they are.
No. What about, remember that one time? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's okay.
Remember that one time that one girl on TikTok, it was a long time. This was years and years ago. I don't even think we had the podcast then. When there was this girl who basically said she really wanted to read a book, but she was bummed out when she realized it wasn't a book with two men. So she like returned it. And people were like, so? Like you could still read it. And she was like, no, but it didn't have what I liked. So
I think at some point it's kind of like you're fetishizing it. That's so weird.
It really depends on, I guess, the person.
It does. But it's weird that we're talking about this because I just saw other people having a discussion of whether or not it's okay for straight girls to really love reading like queer books, and particularly with two men. But
that's crazy.
That's another discussion we could
do. That's a lot.
In the next video, maybe. I don't know if we'll be up for it.
We didn't talk about this at all during Pride Month.
No, we didn't. We should have.
We didn't think about it. Yeah. Did we even film during Pride Month?
I think we were.
We filmed around it.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
Well, we were in the midst of moving, so.
Oh, dude, that's been crazy. I'm glad we're done for now.
So, I guess in conclusion, my main thought is it really just depends on the person that people are just discussing. Because it just reminds me of the hockey player that Book Talk was overly sexualizing.
Yeah.
And I think it was okay because he or his team or his wife or all of the above were saying like, oh, it's cool, it's chill, we don't care.
Yeah.
That they're excited about hockey because all these men are so hot and sexy and beautiful. But then they overstepped a boundary. And that's when it becomes a problem.
Well, for me, in conclusion, I hope that man is okay, because that shit looked like it hurt.
Yeah.
You and I have been working out and just feel a fraction of that. So like, that's crazy to me.
No, literally, my legs are still hurting.
Dude, mine are too. But okay, just thinking about, I don't know, talking about men, thinking about books, putting it together, book boyfriends. Okay. Do you think if we got a book boyfriend, but also the word ghost, and put them right next to each other, do you think that can fix your life?
I think so.
I really hope it can. Welcome to the Book Fix Podcast, a podcast where we fix lives one book at a time, Ghost Boyfriend Edition. I'm your host, Cheli.
And I'm your host, Yajaira.
We remembered to say our names this time. Did we last time?
No, but it's okay.
Really? That's crazy, because it feels kind of like...
It's okay because I say your name a lot.
Do I say your name a lot?
No, it's okay. I'm a stranger to
sorry,
you.
Yajaira.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It doesn't really matter.
Do you think people can tell apart our voices? I think so.
I
super.
God, I hope so.
I don't know. Every time I listen to a podcast, I'm like, it's one man talking to himself.
Just one person.
Well, it's crazy that he has 10 voices. Crazy.
Whoa, he's so impressive. I'm just so amazed.
I don't know.
If you're interested in a podcast where you've read the book and you want to discuss the book with us down, in the comments below, or comment somewhere, wherever the heck. Or if you just want a podcast that will spoil the important parts of the book because you have no time or no interest in reading it, then we're here for you.
I totally agree with that. So please join the journey. Today, we are reading a book that was recommended to us through a YouTube comment.
By the Bookie Artist.
Really? That's a cute name.
I think so. I could double check, but I'm pretty sure that's correct.
We are talking about Gilded by Marissa Meyer. We read...
Yeah, that's correct.
We read Cinder by her.
And I've read Heartless by her.
Cinder was really good. Isn't she?
Cinder was okay.
What was that?
Cinder was all right.
I loved Cinder.
I think you were a little...
It changed
a little
my
sweet,
life.
but...
It changed my life. I love that book.
You love it so much? What was it about?
I'll get back to you. It's funny. Have you seen that
Let
post?
me just Google it real quick.
Have you seen that post? Like, sometimes I give 5s. Doesn't mean I remember what the fuck happened. And I'm like, wow.
That's so real. That's literally me.
And it's not that I mean to forget. It's just we read so many fucking books.
I know. There's no way I'm going to be able to retain everything in here. But I'm the same way with like shows or movies. And it like annoys my older brother. Because we were watching Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
When the seasons were coming out. And I forgot to, watch the previous seasons when we were watching, I think season 3 or 4. I don't remember. And he was like, yeah, because remember, and that happened. And I just looked at him. Nope. Don't remember that happening.
Like, wait, I thought this was season 1.
Wait,
this is a new show?
Wait, that happened?
No, it's funny because I'm playing a video game with my cousin and it's like her all-time favorite video game. But I've never played it. So this is my first time playing it. And I was asking her like, okay, do you know what happens next? Do you know what? And she's like, I'll be honest with you. It's all gone. It's been years. I played it in 2020. It's gone.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
So I feel less alone. That's good.
But we are talking about Gilded and a little bit about Marissa Meyer. She was a really famous AO3 author, right? She wrote Sailor Moon fan fiction.
Oh my God, I love that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
We've never talked about that.
Really? She's really well loved because of her like fanfic background. So good for you, queen. Good for you.
Good for you. Slay.
Can I tell you something? Can I be honest about something?
Yes, please be honest.
I didn't know this was a retelling.
What? I think she only writes retellings.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Oh.
I didn't know that. I just
That's
want that
crazy.
to be told. I wanted to say it. I wanted to speak my truth because for retellings, it's either a hit or a miss for me. There's no in between. I can't just sort of like it. I either really love it or I really hate it.
Okay, well, can I also confess something to you?
Yes.
This is a safe space, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
I've read this book before.
When?
I read it when I was still going to school. What was that, 2 years ago? And I listened to it as an audiobook, and I remember parts of it. Well, I remembered parts of it, but not the whole thing. But there was something that I really hated, and I couldn't remember why.
Do you know what part it is?
Well, now I remember. But when I started, I was like, why did I not like this book?
Oh, you don't like it?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Just putting it out there.
I don't know. I'm just saying my first read was not that great.
Okay. And your second read was?
You'll have to wait and see.
Okay. So first of all, first things first, cover slaps.
Yeah, I really like the cover too until I saw the face in it. I kind of
wish Gatsby face in the back.
Yeah, I kind of wish the face wasn't there.
Why? It's his little crown. It's his little crown and his little town. Come on.
I think the cover's beautiful, but
I love the cover so much. I usually don't like covers.
I think the second book cover is the prettier one.
Really? I didn't really like the second book cover.
Oh, well.
We also read the second one.
We're different.
Okay, so our book follows well, actually, our book starts with like a little bit of a story time. It's funny because you think you're reading a story, but you're reading a story within a story. So you have to first get through that story in order to get the actual story. And I'm like,
and then even while you're reading this first story, it's still kind of like, well, I don't know what the truth is.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Like,
honestly,
why the fuck are you lying to me? I'm just trying to get to the real story. So it starts with a story, and it's like, long ago, there was a couple. And I'm just gonna fucking butcher this. By the way.
There was not a couple.
Yes, there was. Okay, long ago there was this guy, and he just really wanted a kid. No,
that was kidding.
No. I got this.
Did you read this book?
I think so. So okay, let me start again. So this is told through a perspective of a person like, you know what? What the fuck is it about? Wait, you're stressing me out. You're stressing me out. Don't say anything for a bit.
Okay, I'm gonna start.
No, I want to start it.
No, it's okay. I'll start it because I feel like you're gonna just go off.
Butcher it. Okay, go ahead.
No. Basically,
I was gonna say that too.
Wait.
You haven't even said anything yet. I was gonna say that too.
That's exactly what I was gonna say, actually. So, this prologue basically informs the reader that there was a family curse that began around, like, I think 19 years ago. And it happened during a rare endless moon. There's a lot of moons in this two books. And this was a time when the veil was lifted and then creatures kind of just like roamed around. And that's a time when gods would take on like kind of like scary creature forms. Yes. So during this time, the Erlking hunts down creatures, and he wounded a creature with his golden tipped arrow. And then a miller found this creature, saved it by removing the golden arrow, and then the creature revealed itself to be the god of stories and lies. As payment, because the god was so grateful, so happy. Yeah. He was like, hey, what do you want? I'll give you anything you want. And the miller tells the god, well, there's this girl I really like, and I just really want a happy, healthy family. And the god was like, all right, done, deal. Yeah. You got it. So later on, the god is actually revealed to be kind of a trickster. And so the miller's daughter was born / cursed with golden spokes in her eyes, and allegedly she brings bad luck. So if anything goes wrong in this town, it's that child's fault. And that's basically how the prologue goes.
Yeah. You took the words right out of my mouth.
You know what? I didn't know what golden spokes looked like. I looked that shit up. Ew.
What's it look like?
Disgusting.
What's it look like?
Little rods.
Oh, like the Western shoes?
Well, kind of, but think like longer, like literally rods just like going all across your eyes.
That's okay. A little bit of a difference.
I wouldn't be able to look at her.
No, she's fine.
I'd be like, can you look over there?
No, she's fine. I love her. Our story follows our girl, Serilda.
She's the main character, the cursed child.
Yes. And she lives in this really small town. And I think, is she a teacher or does she work at the school?
I think she just works at the school, kind of like a TA.
Okay, so she is at this school, and immediately we see that she is well loved by kids. And the big reason is because she loves to tell fairy tales And it's not even like, you know, the cutesy ones. She tells really like morbid,
like grim,
dark fairy tales. And the main person who works there, her name is Madame Sour. Mm-hmm.
Madame Sour fucking hates her. She's like, bitch, stop fucking lying.
Stop lying. That didn't happen. But I mean, at first, I kind of assumed, does no one in this town fucking lie? Is that what it was? Or is it just her specifically? Serilda, you can't say a lie.
Well, she would tell really crazy stories. So, of course, the kids were like, damn, that's real? I don't think anyone told stories like that.
No, I don't think anyone just told stories. I don't think that was like a thing people did in their free time. And also, I don't know if it was a big part of because she was also a woman. Like, that was never mentioned. But I
think so.
She was very...
Well, everyone just assumed that she was just cursed. So I think they already associated bad luck with her. So her telling, you know, morbid stories, it kind of just, you know, soured everything.
Well, I felt really bad for her because she really only has this job and talking to the kids. And then when she gets home, it's also her dad. And she only lives with her dad. Just being like, I know you're lying. I know you haven't even said anything and I know you're lying. I love you, my sweet daughter, but my God, you're such a liar.
Seriously.
I felt so bad for the dad too because he just seemed like he was working hard. Mm-hmm. That shit gets me so much. So that's just the type of character that Serilda is. And the dad, one day when she's home, he's like, okay, the hunt is happening. It's happening tonight, as it always does during a full moon. Remember, Serilda, we don't open the door. We don't go outside. Even if it sounds like someone really wants you outside, you got to stay in here. Well, that's how they get you. They get you.
Well, the hunt is they're kind of like sirens. So they'll like seduce you with like a little song. Ooh. And if you don't put... What is it? Candle wax? Yeah. If you don't put any like, candle wax in your ears, then you are more susceptible to actually going out and following them. But people who follow them don't come back.
Yep.
So
she's like, Dad, of course I'm not going to go. Have I ever lied to you, Dad?
Oh, my God.
Have I ever
He's
lied
like, every
to you?
fucking day, Serilda. I'm tired.
It's just this man in his, let's say, 40s. It's just full canas on his head because he's so stressed out with her. Just full white hairs.
He's just bald.
Not even eyebrows.
He's over it.
So that night, Serilda is, you know, about to head to bed and she hears, is it screaming that she hears? I think it is screaming.
I don't remember the screaming. I just know she heard something.
I think it is screaming because it's described as her like immediately getting up, not even questioning it, and opening the door and being like, who's there? Hello? You know? She doesn't see anyone at first, but then she's approached by these two forest, what are they called?
The moss maidens. She actually finds them, doesn't she? Because they're hiding, and then she sees them and she's like, what the hell are you doing? And they tell her, oh, the Erlking is after us. Well, they don't tell her right away because they're both very not trusting her, but eventually they tell her and she's kind of like, oh, come here, come on, hide over here. And so then they're hiding and then the Erlking shows up and the Erlking's like, where the fuck are the moss maidens? And she's like, what? What is that? You mean the creatures that love to be in the forest? Why would they be here, Your Highness?
And it's funny because then the Erlking's like, okay, if they're not here, then why are you outside?
Yeah.
It's like midnight. It's like, I was just going to harvest some straw. You know how it goes. Because midnight is the best time to harvest straw.
Honestly, it really is, especially in the snow.
And it's funny because she grabs a bucket that was clearly just outside and full of snow. And she just kind of like dumps it and then just picks a random patch and starts picking. I don't even think it's straw. She's just picking at the floor.
Yeah.
And she brings up to him like, oh, it's because, you know, I was blessed by the goddess Hulda. And I can actually make straw into gold. And I do it for my town. And yeah, this is the best time for the straw. And he's just like, oh.
She's so fucking stupid.
Okay.
Girl, nobody asked.
And I don't fucking remember why, but he leaves, right? He just kind of like, I hope you weren't lying to me, and then leaves.
Because if there's one thing I hate, it's fucking liars.
Now watch me walk away. And he goes.
Well, he goes, but he is kind of like, well, if I find out that you hid the moss maidens from me, it's going to come back to bite you. And so, yeah, he lets her go.
I thought it was really funny when the moss maidens came out because they were so grateful. And they give her like a necklace with a little girl's face in it. and a ring with the letter R engraved on it. But she's so just like in awe of them, and also just like this was a weird moment. So she's like, I feel really close to you two. Should we hug? And they're like, no. Oh, okay. Wrong moment.
They're just like, okay. We actually don't do hugs, so please stay over there.
I thought that was so funny.
One of them really was so, I don't know if mean is the right way, but just very cold.
I mean, they even said that humans usually aren't that helpful when it comes to shit like that. But she was. But she kind of fucked herself over like hella. Yeah. And these two books, and this book specifically, it just never fucking stops. She just keeps digging herself in a deeper and deeper hole.
And it's like, you didn't have to be in this fucking hole, Serilda, because he didn't even fucking ask her anything. She was just like, you know what? Actually, I could do this really cool thing. Don't you want to see me do it? It's like, girl, nobody fucking asked.
Yeah, she could have said anything else.
I'm just taking a walk, Your Highness.
If I was fucking Serilda, I would have just pretended I was dazed. Like, whoa, did I sleepwalk again? That's crazy. Hey, Erlking, I'm going back inside.
No, literally, because I think she tells her dad about this.
Yes,
this whole situation. And he's like, haha, Serilda, stop fucking lying. Stop fucking lying. And so I think the next day, or that same night, I don't remember, the fucking Erlking sends someone to go and grab her, snatch her.
At the next full moon.
Yeah, and so someone is there for her, and he's like, the Erlking wants to speak with you. And she's over here thinking like, don't worry, Dad, I'll be right back.
BRB, Dad.
BRB, it's gonna be a quick carriage ride. I'll be right back.
You're lying. The dad's shut the fuck up. You're lying.
And that time she was lying because it was not a quick little meeting.
Oh my God. So how did you feel when, I guess I should say, how did you feel the first time when you read this and you just saw the Erlking be like, okay, you make gold. Here's a bunch of straw. I'm going to put you in this room until this candle goes out. All of this straw has to be spun into gold.
Well, because
bitch.
Well, I knew it was a retelling. So I knew that I was waiting for the Rumpelstiltskin to show up. So I knew that someone was going to help her, but I was wondering what was going to happen after that, like after assisting her. So yeah, I thought the atmosphere was really interesting. I really liked the whole like ghostly castle that's fucking abandoned during the day, but it's inhabited, at night. I thought that was cool. And so yeah, he locks her in this room and expects her to spin the straw into gold. And I thought it was so funny how she was like, wait, don't you have money? Wait,
why am I doing this?
Why do you need gold?
Weird.
And he's like, don't ask questions, okay? So then a boy shows up.
And he's wearing loose linen. He looks like dirty. Hair totally not combed at all. And he's just sitting there and he's like, wow, you kind of look fucking pathetic.
I know.
You like sitting around all this straw. You don't even know how to spin it. And
oh, yeah, because she tried and it was pathetic.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, I've just never seen anyone so pathetic. And she's just like, you don't fucking know what I'm going through. Like, fucking leave me alone.
Try being in my shoes for one. Oh, you're a ghost. Oh, sorry. Sorry. My bad.
So fucked up. But it's funny because she's just like, how the fuck did you get in here? It's like magic. No, that's just how I am.
Yeah, it's just me.
It's just a little thing I do. But he's like, I kind of feel bad for you though, because you're just out here, your pathetic little body, no magic, nothing in you, trying to spin gold. You know what? Why don't I help you?
But for a price though, I can't just do it for free because I'm not that nice. And so she's like, I don't have anything to give you. And then I think that's when he sees her necklace, right? And he's like, well, that looks awfully familiar. Can I have that?
And she says yes, because there's really nothing else she can do to get out of this situation.
And remember, she spins stories. So she's looking at this picture of this little girl in the locket, and she's thinking to herself, that's a princess. I know that's a princess. And Gilded, which is the ghost boy, he's like, oh, well, whatever. I want it.
I really like their first meeting because like it describes Gilded as like not really understanding that because she's human, she's like corporeal. So the first time, like when she agrees, he's like, okay, I'm going to need to sit where you're sitting. So you're going to have to move And she was like, you could at least be nicer about it. She's like, no, I'm literally like, just move. Like, that's all I'm asking. And he tries to like walk to the seat and sit down, but doesn't realize that he can't walk through her. So crashes into her instead. And he has this moment that's like, oh my God, like I could like
feel her.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I could like touch you.
He's like, I don't know when the last time I touched a human before, but what the fuck?
What the fuck are they? Oh my God. He's like freaking out. No, but he has like this moment where he like is standing in front of her before he starts and like grabs her by the shoulders, and it just has like a really intense like look. And she's just kind of like,
it's a look of longing.
Yeah.
Of wow, I really missed physical affection. Whatever.
I think so. And it's funny because she's just kind of like, what the fuck is going on?
She's like, that was fucking rude. Because he really did try to go through her, but he can't. So, but yeah, so he helps her out the first night. He does, you know, the whole gold and everything.
And she tells a story about
about what?
Hold on.
It's about a prince.
It's about a prince and a princess.
A princess was taken by the Erlking because the Erlking's wife, which her name was
Perchada.
What?
Is that Perchada? What's the wife's name? Am I fucking this up?
That is not how the audio
Yes,
said.
It is. How did they say it?
I don't know, but it was not Perchada.
Oh my God, it reminds me of.
Wait,
how did they say it?
I don't remember.
It's Perchada.
I have to see.
Like horchata.
It was not Perchada.
It's Perchada. Am I wrong? I'm embarrassed.
I'm just gonna call her P. So
no.
P.
No. Okay, fine. That's fine. So P.
I'm not gonna say Perchada.
That's her name. Say her name. Her God-given name.
Anyway, so the Erlking's wife
P.
really wanted to have children, but she can't. So he decided, you know what? The goodness of my heart, I'm just gonna steal a bunch of children for her. So he would steal one child, and then the baby would grow, and eventually once it got too big, she was like, damn,
I don't want it anymore.
I'm not interested anymore. So then he would have to get rid of it and then get her another baby. And so it was kind of just like a cycle of, you know, her going through all of these babies. And then I don't remember exactly how the princess came to it. Did he steal? I think he stole her.
I think so too.
But the princess had a brother, a prince, who was like, fuck that and fuck you. And he basically killed his wife with a golden arrow.
Yes. And I think that's where it ends. And it's funny because when she's in her story mode, she's just very focused. She's just very focused in finishing her story. But she stops because Gild stops like making golden string. And they're just looking at each other, and Gild was just like, that was fucking horrible.
He's like, why is that so fucking depressing? Oh
there
my God.
There was no love in it. There was no happy ever after.
No high stakes or anything.
What the fuck was this?
And she was kind of like, well, I mean, it's not my fault. This is just the story that came out of me. It almost feels like she can't help herself. It's like she's in a trance.
It's kind of weird because it also describes it as she just kind of says what's in her head.
But she doesn't like, she doesn't know the ending though.
That's weird. That's weird, Serilda.
Stop fucking telling stories, Serilda.
So they finish and he takes his payment and he looks at the picture and he's like, I fucking know this.
I know this little girl.
I know her.
I know this girl.
I know her now. She's my accessory. Thank you. The fucking Erlking's about to open the door and he disappears. So then the Erlking's like, look at all this gold. Look at all this gold. I knew I could trust you. Serilda, you and me. No, he's not. But he's like, you and me together. We doing this shit. So go back wherever you want. I'll see you the next full moon. I think he says that, right? I'll see you when I see you.
I don't think he...
Hey. Stay strong.
I think, you know what, maybe he did mention that he would see her the next time. But then the following day, because she did sleep in the castle because she was too tired to do anything, even though she didn't even fucking spin the gold. Yeah. But she was too tired. So the next day when she wakes up, that was when the veil was up again. So she couldn't see anybody, the ghosts or nothing. So then she kind of was walking through this castle and then she goes to the nearest town. And in this town, she's like, how do I get back to where I'm from? So she's trying to figure out how to journey back home to her dad.
And she makes friends with like an innkeeper, right?
Yeah, she's also the mayor of the town.
Whose name She doesn't have a name.
I think it's...
She doesn't have a name.
Well, the little girl's name was Laura.
Lena.
Oh, Lena. Who's Laura?
Who the fuck is Laura? Is that the mom?
Lena?
Lena.
I think it was Laura. Okay.
Okay, but it's like a mom and a little daughter, and she doesn't have any money, and they're super nice. They're like, you know what? You could stay. You can have as much food as you need. We just want to make sure you're okay. And she like tricks the daughter the first night and is like, I'll tell you a story if I could get free breakfast. And daughter's like, hell yeah. So
because everyone saw her come out of the castle, and so she's kind of becoming this phenomenon of, oh my god, you survived that?
Why the fuck is she here?
Yeah.
She ends up like hitching a ride and getting back home, and her dad is like, oh my god, I thought you were fucking dead. You fucking liar. You said you were gonna be back in a few hours. It's been weeks. So
I think it's been a couple days.
How long? No, isn't it like 4? Okay, well, I don't know science. She's been gone as long as the full moon is. So then the dad's like, oh my god, you need to tell me everything. And then she says like, this is what happened. It was fucking crazy. And he's like, okay, so you know what we have to do? We have to
escape this fucking town.
Go
before he comes back for you.
And we'll make sure we do it like discreet and shit. So I'm gonna be selling stuff on the down low, and then you just close all the ties you need to.
You just go tell your little fucking stories. Okay?
Yeah, and go fucking lie, I guess. Lie one more time. And you do shit.
It was so funny because he was just like stressing about it. He was like, okay, but you can't tell anybody that we're leaving for good. You know, we're gonna make everyone else believe that we're just taking a little vacay. We're just relaxing a little bit.
Yeah, because we deserve it. We deserve it. And she's like, okay. So then she, the next full moon happens. And at the next full moon, they are both like in the process of leaving. But then they get caught by the hunt. And the Erlking, I don't remember how it happens. Is this the hunt where both of them hunt with them? Because don't you remember Serilda and her dad were part of the hunt at one point?
Yes.
I think it was
this one, yes.
Because they're
he
takes
takes both of them.
They're old ass horse too. And that poor horse.
I felt so bad for the horse.
A senior horse fucking part of the hunt. And the way she describes it is like your body's kind of moving on its own. And dude, can you fucking imagine just looking to the side and you see not only is your horse keeping up with the hunt, but your dad's on all fours also keeping up with the hunt.
Was he?
No, he was just feral. Like he was basically doing things that his body shouldn't have been able to handle. So I was like, damn, Dad, you can jump that high? That's fucking crazy.
Dad's doing cartwheels over here on the side.
I know. Fucking they're hunting. Dad's breakdancing. I don't fucking know what's going on. But then when the hunt ends, she's back in the castle.
So what exactly is the hunt? Isn't it just like he's hunting for
mystical animals?
Yeah.
Magical things.
Because he's kind of like a hunter. He loves
the hunt,
killing and shit.
So he loves killing. He loves gold. He's just a basic guy. So they go back to the castle, and the Erlking's like, wasn't that amazing?
God, guys, I'm so fucking proud of you.
And I was fucking pumped. I was like, can I kill that fucking horse? And then I saw your dad doing 5 backflips at once. I was like, hell the fuck yeah. And I killed it. Thanks to your dad.
Shout out to your dad.
But, by the way, we fucking lost your dad.
Oh my God. Yeah. So Serilda was like, first of all, you fucking did that to my horse, my poor fucking horse.
Look at him, and the horse is like laying down like fuck.
Second of all, where the fuck is my dad? And the Erlking was like, damn, I don't know. Yeah. We lost him somewhere back there. I don't know.
We kept going. He kept breakdancing.
He couldn't keep up. That part was so sad.
It is sad.
You're like making jokes and stuff, but I was like, damn, the dad is fucking dead. Yeah.
You lost my dad. Well, we don't know if he's dead or not.
He's dead.
Yeah, I was just like, there's no way that man made it.
No.
But she was like, you need to tell me if you find him. You need to tell me. And he was like, I don't. Here's the room. Here's the straw.
Get to work.
And then there's the candle's the same size, but there's more straw now. And she's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But closes the door, and Gild automatically comes in, and Serilda just cries and like hugs him. Because she's just so overwhelmed with the fact that she's back.
Yeah. One comment that I want to make. I was surprised that Serilda didn't think to grab more things of importance that she could like pawn off to Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah.
Why didn't she? Because even not just this time, but there's another time after when I was thinking, okay, Serilda, go get a form of payment.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, because I could excuse the first 2 times. But then when it got to the point where it was like, oh, fuck, I need to pay him. There was a moment where she was like, okay, I could go get some shit.
Where she could go steal or something.
But that means I have to go out.
Well, she was out. She was out and about.
That means I have to go out and I don't want to. He spins all of the gold for her. It's just like a lot of tension between them. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what I fucking love about this book. Yeah. I love that ghost man so much. That I don't know. It didn't occur to me. My one working brain cell with the old viejita on her electric bike trying to keep it running. It didn't occur to me that this was a Rumpelstiltskin retelling.
Wait, when did you figure it out?
I will tell you.
Tell you
when it gets to the part.
Oh, I know what part.
I will tell you when it gets to the part.
The main part of the story?
No. You're going to be really disappointed.
Cheli.
The end.
Wait a fucking minute. Hold on.
So
Rumpelstiltskin? It's like in the fucking about the author. I just love Rumpelstiltskin.
That's really nice for her to bring up. It's like it doesn't connect.
I think actually it's acknowledgement and then about the author.
I just want to thank Cheli for not ever knowing that this was a Rumpelstiltskin retelling.
That's hilarious.
So I didn't know. So my mind, when I was reading this book, I was like, fuck, this is so original. And so it's so good.
I love that.
I love this guild man. I don't know who he is and I don't know why he's dead, but I love him. And I love that the second time he showed up, he combed his hair.
Dude, se bañó. He took a shower. Se peinó. He combed his hair.
Love a man who didn't care about hygiene until he met me.
She was like, is that Axe body spray?
Oh my God.
What the fuck? They have that shit back here?
Oh my God.
Oh, there's a whole line of ghost bitches just behind you. She's no like,
wonder,
hold on.
Bitch. No wonder. Man, dude. I fucking love this shit. I
did really like the longing though, because obviously this man was touch starved. Yeah, so I did really like, those moments where he would kind of be like, standing awfully far away, are you? It's like right there.
And he has like no fucking like flirting ability. So he's just like, what if we just like, I don't know,
high-fived or something?
For like a really long time though.
I think they did like.
What if we high-five? Oops, my fingers are stuck. Oops. I don't remember how to open it.
I'm just a ghost.
Just a ghost with Axe body spray. So, the second time that they spin gold, she tells another story.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Dude, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't remember any. Like, I remember what the story is.
I might have mixed the stories. I might have.
No, you're right. It is that story because it talks about how when the prince kills
Pershta.
I think it's Perchata.
It's not Perchata.
Is it even spelled like that? Hold on.
How do you spell that? Perchata.
Perchta. Oh, it is I said Perchata. It's Perchata in my heart.
No, it's Perchta.
So Perchta. I just know that after the prince had killed Perchta, the Erlking,
The Erlking.
He Like what? You're just making me suffer here. I don't remember. I was in it for the vibes.
Didn't you love this book?
I did.
Yeah, did you?
I did. I swear. I did.
Cheli, what did you love about this book?
The vibes. The vibes. I love the vibes. Wait, hold on.
I'm just teasing you. So I honestly think that at this point, that's when it was revealed that the prince killed Pershta. Because I think the first time she told a story was when...
It ended with the grandma part, didn't it? They brought up the moss grandma. Yeah, in the first one. And then that's when he was like, that shit's fucking sad.
What about the moss grandma?
I don't even remember.
Okay.
I just remember that she was brought up. And then in the second one, I think it was described that Perchta died.
Pershta.
But it also wasn't it described that the prince didn't make it either?
I don't know. I don't remember, to be honest.
To be continued, I guess. But
Go read the book.
Serilda's payment this time is the golden ring.
But this is when we also find out that he can't just spin gold whenever he wants, you know? He's like, I can't just do it for you, even though we are kind of best friends and you're my only friend around here.
And we hold hands sometimes. And it's fine.
I do love when you like touch my hand a little bit or flick it or whatever.
And I've also drawn you on this wall. If you've noticed, it's just you.
It's like a stick figure.
I also don't know how to draw.
But he has to accept a form of payment, and then he has to tell her, right? He like has to say, I accept your form of payment. Cool. And then that's when he can spin the gold. So he does that for her. He spins the gold. She tells him a story. And then after that,
I don't remember if this is the time when they leave. He's just very like, okay.
He's like, okay, do we hug? Do we high five? Do we
do all of them at the same time? Like, I don't mind. I mean,
do we thumb war a little bit? What do we do?
You know what?
I don't have thumbs.
I think it is. It's just kind of that, and then he leaves again.
And but at this point, was it romantic?
No,
right? It was a very like slow burn.
But there were just moments where they like sat really close to each other, and I was like, damn. Here I thought, me not knowing anything, I thought she was going to end up with the Erlking.
In the beginning? Yeah.
Didn't it feel like it?
Kind of. I wasn't sure who the villain was.
Yeah.
Was it the Erlking or was it Rumple?
No spoilers, because I didn't know that shit.
Well, now you do.
I didn't know that shit. So she doesn't go home. And she goes outside. Her horse is still laying there. And she's like, I don't know how you fucking made it, bitch, but you did.
I'm so fucking proud of you, Poe.
And gets him like hella apples and water and takes him to the inn in the little town that's nearby. And she learns from the Lena, which is the daughter of the inn and the mayor, whatever, that there is this festival that they partake in right before the hunt, where they have to cook hella food. And Serilda assumed that they did that because they had a lot of money and, you know, like, might as well. But
why not? They have the resources.
But she didn't realize it was because the Erlking was forcing them to do it. And she was just kind of like, that's kind of fucked, don't you think? And then Lena reveals, and she wasn't supposed to. She was like, oh, it's okay because there's I forget the name for it, but it's the Guild King.
The Goldenstein? Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Something like that. Because there was like a ghost that would...
that comes around.
That would fucking spray gold everywhere.
Yeah, and he gives us a lot of gold, so it's okay. And it's like
we're still doing fine.
It's a little hunt too. We really have to fucking search for this gold. I think it's funny because later in the story when they talk about, because it's Guild making the gold, he's like, yeah, it's like a little game. I like to hide it. And Serilda's like, they're fucking looking for it like it's their life.
Like their life fucking depends on it.
So it's not a game, actually.
And he's over here thinking like, oh, I thought we were playing a little scavenger hunt.
It's like fucking on top of a tree and it's an old man. Like, please.
Please, a bird needs to knock it down.
But she learns about that.
That's the part that I didn't really understand. So he can't spin gold for her because he needs a payment, but he can just do it for himself?
Yes. But when it seems as what I understood, when it seems as if you're doing it in order to benefit someone else more than you, then you can't do it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So his benefit out of that is that he's kind of going against what the Erlking wants and giving these people what they need.
Yeah. And he is also known as like a pesky ghost in the castle because the Erlking will be like, oh, this goddamn poltergeist. And he just likes to play a little bit of pranks on the Erlking.
Can I tell you something? Can I be honest as a friend and, you know,
as a confidant,
also as a co-host and
as a bestie, as my queen.
Dude, I've called myself so many things I already forgot what I was saying. I remembered. Okay.
What was the point again?
I didn't like that he was a prankster.
This is why I love you. To me, I would have liked it if it was just like a little bit of pranking, just a little bit. But sometimes he felt younger, and then also it didn't help that they would call him the boy.
Yep.
Because I was like, how old is he? Fuck.
But how long have you been 17?
I know.
It's like
no, literally.
That's the vibe it gave, right? So I was like, kind of like, if it were me, if I was Serilda and this boy's just so obsessed with me, and I just want to hold my hand, but I'm watching him over here, like, watch me put something under a tree and scare them. I'd be like, ugh.
kind of an ick.
He's just a prank.
He's just a prankster.
A prankster? I fucking hate that. It's just a prank, bro.
You can't get fucking mad at me,
It's just a prank. People are like hella hurt.
It's like,
it smells like Axe body spray everywhere. It's just a prank.
God, no one has any humor around here.
It's just so toxic.
No, but seriously, I did not love the amount of pranking. I guess it wasn't just the pranking, but also I guess what he would say. It would kind of just be like,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah. But I fucking hate that shit. And you know what's worse? Like the feeling after the prank. You know?
Yeah.
The prank's dead. Fucking 2 people are just gravely injured. It smells like Axe. Everybody did that shit. And then he's just like, so, hey, Serilda, what'd you think about that?
You impressed? That was pretty impressive, huh, girl?
Fucking, I imagined him. I didn't know exactly what he was wearing because I couldn't imagine it. So I just imagined him in a fucking muumuu. Just like, hey.
What the fuck's a muumuu?
It's like a huge shirt.
Oh, okay.
I just imagine him in like a 7X shirt.
Oh, okay. I love that.
No pants.
I pictured him in kind of, I guess, like Prince clothes.
I imagine this
Kind of
man.
like Prince Eric, I guess.
See, that's a better. I imagine him like literally in the worst wear, and he's just like, I'm just too good.
You see that? Yeah.
I know. I fucking hate that shit.
That's the perks of living in this ghostly castle.
I know. Let's fucking ding dong ditch now. Feel alive.
I guess in a way, like, what else can he fucking do? There's nothing this man can do besides play a little prank here and there.
I hate it.
I just kind of wish that they wouldn't have called him boy. You know, the boy. The man.
The men. Oh, but the second time they met, I did want to mention, she does bring up to him, like, I know you're not, immortal, but I know for a fact you're not a ghost. Because you're not like them other bitches out there. You got more life to you. I don't know, something about you.
Because I think some of the ghosts did look like apparitions, like see-through. But he didn't.
I thought, since, like I said, no thoughts in my mind. I thought he was stuck in purgatory. That's what I thought. And so half of him was somewhere else. And I guess I was half right. And half of him was there.
Yeah.
That's what I assumed. And I was like, okay, that makes more sense why he can like touch her and,
I had a feeling that he wasn't dead, but I didn't understand why his body looked like that.
Oh, I did. Okay. Some bangers while they were together the second time. They're not flirting, but he is very like open, blunt with what he feels. And after she finishes sobbing for being there the second time, he does said
the separation with her dad and the horse.
He does say, I hated seeing you cry, but at the same time, I really liked holding you. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. That's the only banger he had. Oh, and then she brings up a joke about like, oh, you how is it like? It's not like I'm a typical damsel in distress. And he's like, what do you mean? It's like, well, usually damsels are pretty. And he's like,
oh, yeah.
Okay, Serilda.
Shut the fuck up, Serilda. Do you own a mirror? Are you stupid? There's a mirror right there, girl.
Can he see himself in the mirror?
I have no idea.
Look at it. And it's like, where the fuck are you?
He gets scared. He's like, wait, am I ugly?
I know. Serilda, please don't lie to me, please. What do I look like?
It's giving the energy of, how do I make this about me?
I know.
That didn't actually happen, though. It was actually pretty cute. He was like, no, you're beautiful. You're so fucking beautiful.
How did you feel that after the second time she left, she kind of assumed that he was just kind of everywhere? Because remember, she's leaving the castle again, and it's now the veil's down, so now it's just like in ruins. And she's like, I feel like a gust of, I smell the Axe body spray. Wait, is that Tropic Thunder? I don't know what it's called, but it's like, is that
bourbon whiskey?
I know that scent anywhere. That's the Kraken one, isn't it?
I love how male scents are always like fucking tequila sunrise.
Dude, I know. Have you seen that because men don't like to use baby wipes, they have one called Dude Wipes XL? I was like, shut the fuck up.
It's like
you know, no hands.
It's like they're babying them, honestly.
Thank you.
I saw
Dude
this.
Wipes. I hate it. I hate it.
There's this other example that I had, but I lost it. It was just like rolled in the fucking mud spray, you know what I mean? Just worked on my truck spray.
Dude, I know. It always sounds like disgusting and like it's been through shit and it shouldn't be in a house.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know why they have to be like mythical, because there's one Axe product that Guild probably fucking uses, and it's like a body wash, and it's called Kraken Guard, and it's like smells like Kraken. It's like,
ew.
You've met the Kraken?
He probably smells fucking fishy, okay? Ew.
Even the Kraken's like, I would fucking never wear Axe body
I would
spray.
never. I don't endorse this. And I never will. Yeah, such weird sense. By the way, if you do end up reading the book, don't be alarmed or shocked when you don't see any Axe anywhere.
It's so weird.
Or any giggles or anything.
I know. It's actually pretty serious and sad.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Serilda just can't fucking help but lie, you know?
I know.
You know what? And I can't stand liars. There's one thing I can't stand.
You know what? I
actually a fucking liar.
Fucking hate Serilda. I really like her. So she feels guilt around the second time, and she's like, okay, weird. Goes to the town. I already said this part. And she stays there the whole time before the next full moon, and is even able to see. Oh no. Does she leave to the castle before the hunt to see Guilt? Because she wanted more time with him.
I don't remember.
I think she does. If we mix it up, go fucking read the book. But she like meets up with Guild and is like, you're the golden boy. You're the one doing all that. That's why it smells like Axe over there. And it's like
Goldenstein or whatever.
Yeah,
or Gildenstein.
Gildenstein. Probably not. So it's like, yeah, you're doing all that. And he's like, yeah, it's kind of fun. It's just like my hobby, you know. That and
no big deal. You know, did you find my gold? Yeah, I buried it 10 feet down, but whatever.
Look at this. It's a little fucking horse. Love that shit.
It's a golden horse.
They spend some time together, and it's a lot of like longing looks and touches and everything. You know what? I might be mixing these up because the third time they meet, she goes in there and she's like, I don't know what to fucking give you, so I'm gonna promise you.
She's like, I don't have anything to give you. And it was a lot, because he was like, well, I'm sorry, girl, I can't just spin all this gold. Yeah. So keep in mind that every single time that the Erlking has asked her to spin some gold, it's grown. It's doubled. It's tripled. So this third time that he's asking her to spin it, she's looking at Guild like, I have nothing to give you. I literally have nothing. And he's like, well, sorry, girl, I can't do it for you then. And she's kind of desperate, because I think she brings up other ideas. Don't remember what they were. But at the end, she's like, what if I promise you something and give it to you later?
This is the part where she was like, what if like I give you like a kiss? Does that count? And he was like,
or tell you a really good story.
But he was like, I would just kiss you. Like, just to kiss you. And she's like, damn, you're right. Like, never mind.
She tells him, you can have my firstborn.
What a fucking leap. You're telling me
this
you
was not
like my coat, like she tried. I know she did, but really, I could give you my hair. That's worth something.
Why couldn't she tell him, I could give you something once I'm back in town, something very meaningful and beautiful.
But promises, he said she couldn't do. What if like when my firstborn is born, you can name him?
What if when my firstborn is born, can we wait? Whatever. Can we wait? And if I like him, you can't have it. But if I don't like him,
so like, you can. Hold on. When my firstborn is born,
and I have a secondborn who's born
after the firstborn, you get a 7-day free trial of them, and then you bring them back. Unless you're willing to pay.
Dude, Guild want children? Why did this work? I feel like it shouldn't have worked.
No, it shouldn't have.
Because this man never expressed the feeling of, parenthood.
No, but he does prank a lot. Dude, if he was alive during this time.
He would be one of those prank
channels.
Mm-hmm. The really stupid ones. Where you could tell it's fake.
I know.
Wait, so this was not the moment when it hit you?
No, dude.
How?
You're gonna really hate me when it did. But
okay.
So I did really like their first kiss. Their first kiss was right after they had finished. He had finished. She doesn't fucking do anything. She can at least can you teach me? Maybe I could press it and you could just go.
I thought it was so fucking funny when he was like, can you at least like put the fucking straw through here? And she was like,
you make me do everything.
Too much fucking work.
I gave you my firstborn. But I really like it because afterwards they're standing in front of each other and you can hear the Erlking coming and she's like, he's like, you have to say it. You have to say it. And she's like, okay, I am satisfied with my, with your work or whatever. Mm-hmm. Are you satisfied? Like, is that okay? Mm-hmm. And he just goes like, I don't have bangs again. I don't agree. And then he kisses her and it's super passionate, but for like 1 second. Mm-hmm. And then he disappears and she's kind of left there. When do they hold on. No, hold on. We're not there yet because I have a lot to say about that.
I'm sorry.
So she's standing there fucking freshly half second kissed. And I think it's really funny because the fucking Erlking comes in. And does he not notice like her disheveled Axe body spray filled room? It smells like that fucking the prankster.
Where the fuck is he?
That doesn't hit him?
No, because he's stupid. That's
really
why.
Dumb.
Yeah, he is. Well, he didn't know that guilds could spin gold. Mm-mm. He didn't know that. So that was, that worked in Serilda's favor. But I don't know how he didn't realize that they had already met. Because I remember Serilda saying, I can't let him know that I know who Gild is.
Yep. I think he talked about him once.
But he doesn't name him. He's kind of just like all this pesky poltergeist.
He wears fucking Axe body spray. Fucking hate that bitch. It's like, oh yeah, sounds annoying and handsome and just
kind of sexy, luscious lips. I love this. I mean, yeah, he sounds super annoying.
You know what's crazy to me? All of the kisses that they share, they're always described to be like 1 second long of beautiful passion and then nothing. And it's like, well, that kind of sucks.
How much passion can you have behind 1 second?
Is he just so overwhelmed by touch?
Like,
I know that, but that's it. And then it's just kind of like, babe, oh my God.
Was that as good for you as it was for me?
No! I fucking hate it. Oh, babe. Give some of that. That was fucking amazing, wasn't it? That was great, wasn't I? Tell me how it was great.
Oh my God. But I mean, I did like the description though. I mean, it was nice that you could tell how desperate they both were for affection.
That's why it wasn't until the fourth time they meet up that she meets him for the gold festival, because it's really awkward between them. And then she's the first one to bring up like, so what, you're ignoring me now? Mm-hmm. Like you don't want to be near me? And then he turns around, me not want to be near you. You're the one who's ignoring me. And then they have like a moment. It's like, oh shit, we're both ignoring each other. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I think I need to apologize. I shouldn't have done that.
I should have kissed you so passionately. So
that was the best.
Ferociously.
That was the best second of my 500 years of life. That was the best second I've ever experienced, actually. How was it for you though? It was probably like better. It was probably the best time in your whole life.
And you're short, what, 19? Yeah, short 19 years
baby
of life. Insignificant baby life.
She just fucking tears him down. It was okay, I guess. Oh no, yeah. I wasn't trying.
But weird. The next time though, you just wait.
No, you wait. Those 2 seconds, yeah, double the amount of time.
Oh my God. I kind of wish he would have been like that. That'd be so fucking funny.
He was very shy. He was just a very timid.
Yeah, he's just a boy.
Oh, I hate that. He was just very timid, but he was just kind of like, I don't regret it. Like, I'm sorry I did it, but I don't regret it.
I would do it again.
Yeah, but I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny because she was just kind of like, no, yeah, I loved it too, but like, as a friend, like, you know, as your best friend,
as your only friend,
in this zone that we have where we call each other friends, you know, friends don't really do that.
Yeah, it's not a friendly thing to
and
do.
He just like
starts crying.
It's fine.
Friend? Wait, how many friends do you kiss?
I was gonna give you a gift. It's an Axe body spray that
that's gold,
covered in gold. It's fine. I was just giving it to my other friends, you know. But I thought it was really sweet because when they're back in the room, it's so much straw that he has to spin. And he does it in half the amount of time that he usually does it because he just wanted to spend time with her. And I think at this part, it's when she's just he goes up to her and they hug. And he says, is it normal for friends to kiss each other? And she's like, no. It's like, well, can we? And she's like, oh, I really wish you would. And that's when the door opens and he disappears. And she's just like, fucking spoiled again.
We were so fucking close.
The next time is the time I want to talk about because I was so fucking confused.
What do you mean? What was confusing about it?
So they, you know, those...
Let it out, Cheli.
That 1 second kiss that they shared really solidified their relationship. And, you know, this was her 5th time coming. They had a lot of time and they were just super into each other and they kiss. It's like they make out, like fully make out.
Yeah, it's a full proper kiss. It wasn't just 1 second, guys. No, It was a full on kiss.
Yeah, so then he kind of looks at her and is like asking permission. And then she starts taking off her clothes. And so, oh no, it's because she kisses his neck. And then he gets like, oh my God.
Like, we're not friends no more.
I know. So then it starts after that. And they make sweet, passionate love.
It wasn't described at all, though.
No, it wasn't.
Not at all.
Which I kind of like that it wasn't because I was just like, please. I just want to keep the mystery alive. What happened? Isn't he?
I don't understand because isn't he not in his body? That's not his body though. So that's
it is.
How does that work?
Did nothing like
I don't know.
Did nothing arrive?
Is it a ghost baby? I don't know. I'm kind of confused.
It's like she puts her hand here and she can feel her stomach, but it's not there because it's a ghost.
Yeah. Well, I mean yeah.
No, but no, I was confused because I was like, isn't he fucking dead?
Isn't he not fucking here? How does this work?
They didn't think about it at all though. And after
she was like, that was so fucking passionate. Anyway,
I know he's fucking sitting, his arms behind his. Yeah. What can I say?
Yeah,
I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah, you know, all the ghosts know. All the other ghosts, yeah, they're aware.
Yeah, they talk about me. Yeah.
He's famous around here. But I think after this, I don't remember what happens after this. I just remember the ending.
After this, when the Erlking's coming, they're both putting on their clothes, and it's just kind of like, okay,
high five.
Yeah,
you did that shit.
Yeah. And she slips one of the gold spools into her pocket. Because I don't know why the fuck she did that.
She just needed money. What do you mean?
I hated that shit.
She goes back home and sees her dad. But her dad's not her dad. Her dad's like a there's a word.
A knack trap? A knack. I'm not gonna try to say any of these words because you're just gonna look at me.
I don't remember.
He's a beast.
Not fraud.
Dude, if I can't say it, I'm not gonna know how to say it either.
I'm just guessing, but it's basically like a beast. It's an infection once you're dead. Yep. So she knew that he was dead. It's kind of like a zombie almost. So then she had to kill her ghost dad. I mean, zombie dad.
And then in like, I don't know. There was just so much shit going on near the end of the book. She had to go through that. She goes back to the town because she has to talk to Madame Sour.
Madame Sour shows up because I think Madame Sour helped her kill her dad.
Oh, you're right.
And so they kind of have like a bonding moment where she tells Serilda,
I'm a witch, bitch.
You were right, kind of. I am a witch. And I know the lies you've been spewing have some truth to them and whatever. And also because Serilda was gifted a book of history of the town that was right next to the castle. And so she had given it to Madame Sour because she was like, I'm not going to fucking read all this. And so Madame Sour had seen it and she was like, I know that you were there.
Yep.
Well, first she thought she stole it, but then she was like, I know you were there. Mm-hmm. For real. And so I think it was actually Madame Sour who comes up with the idea of, well, maybe there's a way you can escape him. So I could be wrong, but whatever happens, Serilda decides I can't keep doing this for the rest of my life.
But she feels bad about it because she's like, if I do escape this, I can't see Gild anymore. And he's just trapped there waiting and longing for me.
Waiting and longing for the beautiful, passionate night we had together.
Mm-hmm. But she decides to do it. And I think Madame Sour kills her for like a few minutes.
She gives her some sort of drink that lowers her blood pressure and her heart rate, or stops her heart rate. But the reason why she does this is because she knows that she's been watched by crows, and these crows get back to the Erlking. And so she's doing it literally in front of the fucking crow. And she's like, you know what? Fuck you, bitch. And so she poisons herself, allegedly, and she's dead. And then I think the Erlking shows up.
Yes.
And he looks at her. He's like, fuck. There goes my fucking gold spinner.
Fucking goddamn it. We didn't mention, by the way, she goes back, right? After this?
Yeah, but so she's dead. First, she's dead.
Okay.
And then I think she goes back home. But I don't remember why. I think she's trying to go pick up her belongings because then she sees the bodies of the children who she would tell stories to.
Yes.
The children that, her only friends in the beginning of the story.
It's like hella morbid though because they're like being eaten by crows.
Yeah, it's really, really morbid. And so she's seeing this, and then I think there was 4 children or 5.
One of them made it.
One of them was still alive, and so she's desperate. She's just like running around trying to find this last child, and then she goes to the castle.
No, on her way there, we didn't mention, she crashes into the Moss Maiden and the grandma from her stories.
Oh yeah,
and gives them the spun straw, the golden spun straw. Mm-hmm. And they're just kind of like, get out of my fucking face. Mm-hmm. And she leaves. So she's back in the castle and But
the Moss Maiden, doesn't she like kind of curse her a little bit?
Does she?
She tells her, if you tell the Erlking where we live, you're going to start speaking gibberish. No one's going to understand a word you say.
Doesn't stop me, bitch. She just leaves.
Seriously. So yeah, then she goes to the castle.
Is this the last meeting?
Yes.
This is when they go in. Erlking's fucking
propped
sitting
on.
all man spread. You see Gild hanging like by gold chains like on a wall. Mm-hmm. And she has to go in there and try to act as if she doesn't know him. Mm-hmm. It's like, who the fuck is this loser? Am I right?
Who was that little boy?
And she's in there like, Erlking, I'm gonna fuck you up. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna fuck you up. You took my kids, not mine, but mine. And
well, when she gets there, the children are there.
Yeah.
Like they're ghosts.
And they're so cute. Mm. They're I forget that how young they are. And then they speak and I'm like,
yeah, they're children.
Just little babies. I forget the beats from this part, but I do remember that the Erlking's like, this is Serilda. Everyone say hi. I'm going to put a table right in front. Serilda, you're going to spin some gold for us, and we're just going to watch and enjoy a martini.
It kind of becomes like a spectacle almost. Yeah. He has so much fucking straw for her, and she's just looking at him like, yeah, totally. I could totally spin all this fucking straw for you. Don't worry. And the reason why he needs all of this gold, it's not actually for money reasons. He's not broke, Shocking. I was shocked. It's actually because the gold helps him catch creatures, and that's how, because he loves hunting, so that's how he kills them. And so she's about to spin this straw, well, pretend like she can, And then all of a sudden she has this brilliant idea. How did she find out she was pregnant?
Because she recalled that one of the Moss Maidens had said like, oh, we can't do this for you because of, you know, your condition.
And so then she tells the Erlking, I actually can't do it anymore because my power, my gift, my blessing was
in here,
passed down here into my stomach, into my beautiful child. You know, now they're blessed, so I can't do anything for you.
Sorry.
And he's pissed because he's thinking, well, now you're useless to me. And he's planning on killing her. And it was actually kind of, you know, morbid. Trigger warning.
Yeah.
He literally was planning on getting rid of the child right then and there. And she told him, you can't do that because you don't know
how it works.
Well, also, you don't know how blessed my child's going to be. What if my child has a blessing that can serve you better than my blessing did? And so she's convincing him to let her live. And then eventually he's like, all right, fine. Sure. I'll let you and the baby live. But you can't tell anyone that the baby isn't mine because now they're going to get married.
So then he walks out and he's like, everyone, even you, Gild up there, I'm getting married.
I found love.
This is my future wife and queen, Serilda. And then record scratch. And it's over. I did not, by this point, did not know it was a Rumpelstiltskin retelling.
Okay, anyway.
Okay. The end. I fucking hated.
Didn't she talk to... I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Okay.
I was just having a realization. Didn't she talk to Gilded at the end?
I think she does. What's the last conversation?
Because I remember she had the thought of, should I tell him about the baby being his? But she stops herself because she thinks that she needs to do whatever it takes to basically save the spirits of the children. I think it was something along those lines.
Oh, yeah. She's like, I need you to know something. Because we didn't even talk about it. Serilda had said like this dumbass lie about like, oh, Erlking, you should go hunting in this area. Because there's like this beast over there. And she was right. So she realized there's truth to what she says. And that although it's the god of like lies and deceit, it's also the god of fortune and stories. And so it's like, maybe there is some truth to the things I say.
So all the shit I spit out.
So when she came out, she basically told the Erlking like, there's a prince in here. And this isn't your fucking place. And after, you know, all that whole marriage stuff happens, she crashes into Gild, or Gild crashes into her. And he tells Gild, you are the missing prince. That's your role. And that's why you're stuck here. This is your kingdom. He did this to you.
And the girl in the locket is your sister, the princess.
Yeah. And then he's just kind of like, okay, but like, you're still getting married. You know, like, what's that going to...
And then it doesn't really matter to him because he doesn't have any recollection of anything of his life. So to him, it's kind of just like, oh, okay.
Okay. But what about you? Like, she's just kind of like, no, you have to think about it like this. You've been cursed and curses can be broken. And that's how the book ends. All the things I said, and it ends.
Wait, so what was it that you hated?
That he was a prankster.
Oh.
I fucking hated that shit. Oh, and I hated the fact that she stole the gold because never before had she been tempted to. I wish they had made like an apparent, I need this gold, you know,
because it was kind of random.
And I know that Gild saw her too. And when Gild, because he was hung up because the Erlking thought that he was the one that stole the gold.
Oh yeah, so he was the one who was being punished for it.
I wish that she would have came up to him and been like, it was me and I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry that he strung you up like that. Yeah. That's so embarrassing.
I mean, I wouldn't have done it, but like, I mean, you looked great.
He would have never caught me.
Did I look good, babe? Did I look good? No,
Did you smell the Axe body spray? Please let me know.
He had me in front of a mirror and I couldn't see it. I could just see the chain.
It's so boring.
Yeah, I hated that shit so much.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the prankster vibe, you know? I get it though. I mean, there's nothing for him to do and he must be so fucking bored, but I kind of wish.
Find a hobby.
I know. Can he like crochet with all the straw or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Make something beautiful.
No, he can't. He DIY makes Axe body spray.
If he had a camera, that man would be unstoppable on YouTube or TikTok. Do they do pranks on TikTok? I have no idea.
Yeah. And if they don't, he'd find a way.
Yeah. He'd be the first trendsetter.
But overall, I had no idea this was Rumpelstiltskin retelling.
Please tell me when you figured it out.
I will.
Not yet?
Not yet.
The suspense is killing me. Oh my
You'll
God.
have to wait till we post our following episode for this story, which was not going to be in consecutive order. Whatever.
It might be.
It might be.
Wait, what? You didn't know until the next story?
I need you to just believe in me and trust that my brain cells weren't working. Because I felt really dumb. Because I was like, oh yeah. Because at the end of this book, I was like, I'm going to say my rating. I was like 5 out of 5. This is the best original story I've ever read. No one does it like Marissa. Everything about it is so like just straight out of her noggin.
Right out of her dome.
Right out of her dome.
She really thought this shit through.
Yeah, she really did.
Yeah.
I loved everything about this story. I loved Gild. I loved his longing and his he just fucking loved her, dude.
Yeah.
And Serilda being like, maybe it's not love. It's like, yes, it is, babe. I fucking love that shit. And just like the little, it's more in the second book, just the fact that they're so caring for each other. And even he says like, I need you to realize no fucking memories in this bitch. The only person I remember and care about is you. I'm like, hold on, bitch. I'm gonna go cry in a fucking well. That's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that shit. 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100.
Wow, you really love this book.
I love this book.
I couldn't remember, like I said in the beginning, I couldn't remember what my issue was when I had first read it. So honestly, reading it the second time, it felt like the first time. It felt like a new adventure. So I did really enjoy the story this time around. I guess my mood was just more in it. And I did really like Gild's character. Serilda's character, shockingly enough, I preferred the guy this time because I feel like I always prefer the girl character, but yeah. I don't know, I found her a little bit annoying, and I cared about her though, especially when with the whole situation with her father was going on. Even when she saw him again, you know, in zombie form, I really felt for her. But there was just something about her, and even in the second book where I'm like, girl, just shut the fuck up. You don't have to speak. You really don't have to speak. It's like the Erlking's not asking you anything, and you're just like, you know, I can spin straw into gold. You want to see me do it? It's just like, girl, I that shit. You didn't have to do that.
I can also jump 20 feet in the air, but you know,
watch me do it. So while I was reading it this time around, I remembered my issue with it. It was the whole massacre of the children that really got to me my first time reading it. That's why I fucking hated it. And it was also just the fact that she so easily just pawned off her child twice. Not once, but fucking twice. She was just like, no, my child is going to be really magical. I just know it. Don't worry. And they can do something for you. I just didn't like Serilda. I feel like I just didn't vibe with her, I guess. So the first time I read it, I gave it a 2. This time I'll give it a 3.5.
Wow. Okay. Improvement. I just want to say I fuck with Serilda. Give away any child you want. I'm here for you. Yeah, I didn't really like that the kids were.
Yeah, no, I thought it was really sad. It's
crazy because she also like, in her mind, she's like, there's no other way out of this. Of course I have to marry him. Like, bitch, you're a liar. Yeah. Lie your way out of this shit.
And also, I don't know. I don't remember exactly when it was, but there was a moment of realization for her when she was like, oh, all of the stories I'm telling are real.
She could have been like.
But then she had the realization twice. Because I remember being like, bitch, you already knew this. Yeah. So she was like, wait, my stories are real?
She could have just lied to him then and said, like, all of my stories are real. That's why you know that. You're going to fucking die, bitch. Just, like, completely threaten him.
Oh, and I think it was in this story as well when she realized that he was going to capture the gods. Because I think there were 7 gods. And he was going to use this opportunity to bring back his wife, you know, Prishta. And he was like... Prishada. Well, I don't know if it's in this one or the second one. But that's when you realize that that's why he will keep Serilda around, because you know now she can really have a baby.
Love that shit. Okay, why don't we read some reviews about this book, because you know, because very mixed reviews actually. I didn't realize it has a 3.8.
Oh really?
Usually when something has a 4.0, I'm just like, yeah, it slaps with everyone. When it's below a 4.0, I'm like, some disturbance in the force.
It's not that low though, so it's not really like a.
Yeah, I guess so. I'll read a negative.
Okay.
You know what's funny? I had a coworker who really liked this book.
Mm-hmm.
No. I had a coworker who really liked Marissa Meyer.
Mm-hmm.
What other series has she written? Is it really only the Lunar Chronicles, or is there another one?
She did the Lunar Chronicles and, well, Heartless isn't really. I think Heartless.
No, she had another series though, right?
Oh, the Renegades.
Yes. So my coworker, she really liked the Renegades,
Mm-hmm.
and she was telling me, she's like, yeah, I've read all of the Lunar Chronicles. They were okay. I read Renegades. It was like amazing, best thing ever. And then I read Gilded, and I was like, it's okay. We all have flops sometimes.
That's funny. I remember when this book came out, Gilded, the first one. So when it first came out, I was so fucking excited. Because I loved Marissa Meyer's, Heartless book. So I was like, damn, I got to read this ASAP. And then I read it. And I was like, damn.
It just didn't slap.
All right. My review comes from Steph. They gave it 5 out of 5. And they wrote, I enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I would. Then again, my first pleasurable foray into retellings was through the Lunar Chronicles. So I suppose it's not too surprising in hindsight. The writing was wonderful and the premise was refreshing. Definitely worth the wait.
Sarah gave it a 1 out of 5, and it says, how can I begin? I did not see one review that describes how I'm feeling right now, so I decided to write one myself because I can't anymore. Reading such positive reviews frankly makes no sense to me at all. I bought this book expecting something magical because as a child I loved Rumpelstiltskin, and honestly I was fooled by the cover of this book. It started off okay, and then it took everything in me not to throw it across the room. I was tested, I really was. The characters were downright stupid and with no depth whatsoever, and the chemistry between Serilda and Gilded was non-existent. The book was no doubt the slowest and most frustrating thing I've ever read. I truly wanted to love it. I picked it back up so many times before giving up, and yes, I couldn't properly finish it. I just couldn't. Oh, she still finished it. However, I did go through the last 10 chapters where I stopped because I had some questions, and as expected, the twist was so predictable and just lame. It was so bad that it put me in a reading slump for weeks because I was just so disappointed. I heard so many good things about this author, but this book was not it. If you're looking for a Rumpelstiltskin retelling, I beg you to find something else because, God, I want the time I spent trying to read this book back. It was so unbelievably boring. I don't think I've ever sighed so much while reading. I would like to go back to the point where I made about the stupid and annoying the characters were, because I can't stress that enough. Also, it was so unnecessarily long. I found myself questioning why there were so many unnecessary details. Details also involving the children in the village. Maybe it was supposed to be cute, but it made me want to die. Trust me, for the sake of your sanity and your love of books, do not read this monstrosity. It will traumatize you, and now I can only read thrillers, and I refuse to read another fantasy. Yes, that's how discouraged I am.
Dang.
Thank you. Oh, we didn't say our, sorry. If you're listening to us, this is out of order. If you're listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or anywhere you got your podcast on, thank you so much. If you can please leave a rating of 5 stars. It takes 2 seconds. Just click our name, rating, 5 stars. That would be amazing. If you also want to leave us a recommendation, just like how this book was recommended, you can leave it through Spotify or any of our social media, or YouTube would be great too. If you want to support us and you have a little bit of money, what can they do, Yajaira?
So we do have a Patreon, and at the moment our Patreon doesn't have a whole lot on there, but if you just want a way to let us know that you enjoy our content, appreciate that we upload twice a week most of the time, you can find us on patreon.com/bookfix. But if you don't want the commitment of monthly, then you can find us on buymeacoffee.com/thebookfix, or coffee, which is ko-fi.com/thebookfix.
If you are watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. If you can like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because we usually post every Tuesday and Thursday. If you want to follow us on social media, we do have a Threads, Instagram, and Goodreads at The Bookfix Pod, THEBOOKFIXPOD. And we also have a TikTok at The Bookfix, THEBOOKFIX. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye. I loved this book.
Yeah, it changed your life.